Anthropic just released Claude Opus 5, same price as the model it replaces, performance that lands right next to Fable 5, their actual top tier model, at literally half the cost per token. Here's why this matters. If you're paying for Claude by the token, whether that's Claude Code, the API, or anything built on top of it, the calculation you made last month about which model to default to just changed and probably not in the direction you'd assume. Here's the actual pricing where Opus 5 wins, where it doesn't, and what to actually switch today. The number first, because it's the whole story. Opus 5 costs $5 per million input tokens and $25 per million output tokens. That is unchanged from Opus 4.8, the model it replaces. Fable 5, Anthropic's actual flagship, costs 10 and 50. Opus 5 is landing at half of Fable 5's price while closing most of the performance gap that used to justify paying double. Anthropic's own comparisons put Opus 5 ahead of Opus 4.8 across agentic coding, novel problem solving, knowledge work, computer use, and multidisciplinary reasoning, and specifically better at verifying its own work and iterating until a task is actually complete, not just attempted. If this channel is useful to you day to day, subscribing is the only way you reliably see the next breakdown instead of hoping the algorithm surfaces it. It is not a strict upgrade over Fable 5 everywhere, and Anthropic isn't pretending it is. Compared against Mythos 5, their specialized security model, Opus 5 performs close to it on finding cybersecurity vulnerabilities, but falls substantially behind on actually exploiting them, because Mythos 5 was specifically trained on offensive cyber tasks, and Opus 5 wasn't. That's a real specific gap, not a rounding error. Opus 5 is live now on every platform, the default model on Claude Max, and the strongest model available on Claude Pro. So here's what to actually do today. If you've been defaulting to Fable 5 out of habit rather than because you specifically needed its ceiling, that default is worth revisiting right now. Run your own real workload against both at the same task and look at the actual output quality difference against a price gap that just went from parity to 2 to 1. Price and quality correlating less tightly than expected keeps happening in this space, and the only way to know it's true for your own use case is to test it yourself instead of assuming yesterday's ranking still holds today.